how successful people think different. Let me ask you a question. And this time, really listen to yourself when you answer it. How do you think? Not what goals you set. Not what dreams you talk about. Not how hard you work. How do you think? Because the biggest gap between where you are and where you want to be has nothing to do with talent, luck, or timing. It has everything to do with your thinking patterns. Most people don't fail because of their circumstances. They fail because their thinking never rises to match their potential. Your thinking controls your confidence. It controls your decision. It controls your direction. It controls your destiny. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how successful people think differently and why everything in your life changes the moment your thinking does. The two minds. There are only two minds you operate from. The drifting mind, the achieving mind. The drifting mind overthinks, hesitates, doubts, gets overwhelmed, avoids decisions, reacts instead of leads. The achieving mind decides, moves, leads, believes, expects, builds. Successful people don't think ahead because they're successful. They become successful because they think ahead. The two voices. Inside of every person, including you, there are two voices fighting. The voice of limitation whispers, "You're not ready. Don't risk too much. What if you fail? Stay where it's safe. Do it later." The voice of leadership says, "Move now. You're capable. You're built for more. Your future needs action. You don't need permission." Successful people aren't fearless. They simply trust the leadership voice more than the voice of limitation. The decision to go all in. I wasn't outside. I wasn't driving. I was right at home, just thinking. Thinking about my life. Thinking about my future. Thinking about the version of me I kept imagining, but wasn't becoming. I had a small side business, a little money, a little confidence, a little spark, but no direction. And I remembered pacing room to room, feeling that internal tug of war. One voice said, "Keep it safe. At least you know what this feels like." But the other voice, the leadership voice, whispered, "You've got skill. You've got gifts. What if you stop holding back and bet on yourself?" I asked myself, can I really do this? What if it doesn't work? What if I fail? But then it hit me. If I don't bet on me, nobody else will. That moment at home, quiet, private, internal, became one of the defining decisions of my life. I chose me. I went all in, and everything shifted. The mentor decision. Another moment came later in life. The opportunity to invest in a mentor. Someone who would elevate everything about me. But the number was big. The type of number that tests your identity. And the drifting voice came back. That's a lot. What if you're not ready? You could use that money somewhere else. I sat there, wrestling with myself, thinking, feeling that pressure. Then I realized. Then a realization broke through. If I don't do this now, I may never do it. And I will stay exactly where I am. This wasn't about money. It was about identity. Was I going to keep thinking like the old me or start thinking like the man I was becoming? Once again, I chose me and everything expanded. Successful people decide quickly. Indecision destroys momentum. Act from their future identity. They ask, what would be the best version of me today? Trust commitment over comfort. Comfort kills more dreams than failure ever will. Don't negotiate with their greatness. When the future calls, they answer. Now that you understand how successful people think, episode 3 is where everything accelerates. Because thinking is powerful, but without a system, people drift. Episode 3 will show you how to build clarity, direction, confidence, identity, momentum. Let's move forward.